Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Elemental Origins. My name is Starr. I'm going to enter into the space today with a divine incense stick. There's actually been a lot of apprehension from me with regards to recording this reading, everyone. It's been brought to my attention that we are in the final stages of, reawakening and breaking down of foundations and the old paradigms that just can't align with us anymore, politically, emotionally, with regards to, galactic frequencies and other such out there. It's just time for a massive overhaul, and for you to be regaining parts of self that may have been lost throughout this lifetime, that may have been lost throughout other lifetimes, depending on what you believe in. But I think this video is definitely going to split the crowd. I think that everything that I'm doing moving forward with this channel is going to be on more of the expansive side. So it's going to be up to you where you align with all of this and what I have to say in a moment. But I was guided to the void this week, and the void actually entered into my life a really long time ago. And when I heard about a film called Enter the Void, and I still haven't watched this film to this day, which I find really interesting, but the void, it just stuck in my mind, and I just really felt it in me when I heard this. And I was like, the void, the void, the void. And for years and years and years, I've been like, the void. Somewhere, it's somewhere, but I don't know where it is yet. And probably about 4 or 5 months ago now, I was introduced to a really expansive soul, and I'm going to link all of her website in description below, so you can connect with her if you feel that calling, or to be connecting with these high dimensional frequencies a little bit deeper. But I was introduced to Starr, and she brought forward a light code, a light creation, and to my surprise, it was called The Void. And immediately, as soon as she said this, I went cold. There were shivers all over my body, and I thought, this is what I've been thinking about this whole time, and I just had no idea. So I went into an absolute frenzy after looking at this image. Light codes and frequencies and, tapping into other such dimensions sometimes is a lot for the physical vessel to go through. So I'm going to ask everyone to proceed with caution moving forward. And, if you feel the calling to reach out to me to be working with me, or Starr, please do, within that space. And, I made sure with all of my teams, I've been back and forth with them today, being like, are we sure? Like, is this what we are wanting to do? Is it time? And they've said absolutely yes. So please know that everyone is absolutely safe. But I was completely put on my back after looking at these images of the void and allowing my soul to be retrieved. And I think that is exactly what we're going to be speaking about today, everyone, is soul retrieval. And this is something that I've delved into many, many times, especially of late. I've been into some very dark spaces and places to retrieve a lot of souls, a lot of entities lost, a lot of fragmented souls. And I've been doing this work for for the collective out there, for the rest of this planet. And I think some of you here might not be entirely sure why you are here, and I think sometimes you hear things and what I say and it doesn't make sense to you now, but something I've been called to remind myself is that nothing happens in linear time. So in one day in the future, something that I've said to you, something that you've heard on this channel might make complete sense to you. And like I said, this void, this came into my life, I think it was in the 2000s. This movie came out, I want to say 2003, but I can be completely wrong. So we're now in 2023 and the void has entered into my life. So remember that too, everyone. And yeah, I do have a message from Ganesh as well today, and I do have to shout out Spiritualistics, who is a really incredible tarot reader, and I watch her channelings a lot. And she brought forward pick a card with Ganesh, and I was reminded of me as a child. And there used to be a shop called the Pink Elephant that I used to go to when I was really, really small. And I remember I begged my mum to go to this shop, and it wasn't anything special. It was just one of those bric-a-brac stores, or one of those stores that had a bit of everything. Anything you could imagine, it would be in the Pink Elephant. But I remember just walking up to the shop front when I was so small, and just seeing this picture of this painted pink elephant, and just feeling so happy inside, and not understanding quite why I was so elated by this. And I think we see that a lot in children. They get so excited by the smallest things, and just being out in nature. And I truly believe it's because they can see things that we can't see. As we get older, all of these facets start to be pulled away from us. We're told to stop dreaming, we're told to stop trusting, the chance to play. And I was very much brought to, I was connecting with that pink elephant as Ganesh somewhere, in my soul. My little soul remembered, and that's why I was so happy, because I think that was the first time, or one of the very first times, that I was connecting with a higher level being, and obviously not being cognizantly aware of that, but somewhere my soul knew. So when I would see this pink elephant, I was seeing Ganesh, and my soul was elated by that, and I felt such peace. So just a little reminder that there's always entities out there trying to contact us, and are they of light, everyone? I think I want to say at this point. But Ganesh's message was called Your Fire, and they came in through to say, do not fear the fire that lives within you. Allow this energy to bubble and roar. I've witnessed many a lion reach their peak of creation and burst into flames, to become an energy so potent the light of the 15th dimension could not contain. Remember, divine light lives within you, even through destruction and chaos. Chaos is the point of eternal manifestation. Allow yourself to roar when needed. Allow yourself to burst into flames when needed. Allow yourself to erupt in pleasure, in pain, when needed. Perfection does not exist. Stop seeking that which can never be attained. The only true path is absolution, destruction, creation, repeat, evolve, attract, dissipate, create, manifest, roar, soar, fly, leap, crumble, rumble, reemerge, reimagine, begin, peace, love, zero, unity, flow, balance, divine light, the void. I am eternal, I am you, I am all. Be as one, divine as one, in divinity. And I channeled that super late before going to bed a couple of nights ago, and yeah, it's taken me a few days to kind of bring all of this into balance, everyone. And I'm brought to very strange spaces on my journey, and very confusing places that I never thought even existed. And I face these things, I see these entities, and I pull souls back. And I've been very much guided to be looking at the darker energies for some time. Some of you will know this, some of you may not, but I've been guided to be bringing in a tarot deck that I got. It was my very first tarot deck, actually. And I've now associated it with a lot of darker energies out there. And this is no disrespect to the creators of this deck, but I just felt like there was some energy attached to it that I connected to the teachings of Aleister Crowley, and much darker aspects of creation. And I think there is something in me bringing this forward to be used today, in terms of allowing you to see your shadow, allowing you to truly see in those murky depths within you, perhaps those bits that you don't want to be facing. And I've done a lot of soul retrieval on myself, and with my shadow and my shadowy aspects, and the things that I've rejected within me, and trying to come to the understanding is that I am very much dark as I am light, and that being okay, and that being the truth of everything, of everyone, everywhere. So this is very much definitely a pick a card that is connected to those that might have got lost in the path, to those that feel like they are still in the darkness, whatever that looks like to you, and in the grips of where you don't want to be anymore. And I think we are now coming to a space where you have to decide. You have to decide now. Is it now, or is it going to be a really long time before you can come into alignment again? And I don't say these things lightly. I don't say these things to scare people. I don't say these things as a threat, or a way to control or manipulate. This is a point of creation that I'm at too. And I was absolutely brought to my knees before sitting down for this reading, and I was told that it is my time too. It's my time to step into my full capacity of everything, and I wanted to bring that forward to this, this has been a space for me growing as well with all of you, and I'm very grateful that we can be here together and can be moving forward together. So if this doesn't feel like your space anymore, thank you for being here, and you will find your way. I think I want to say, everyone. But I think that's enough. I know this is pretty heavy. Please go in with this with caution and with the understanding that, we're going to get to the bare bones of you, your soul, your life, and where you might find yourself right now and what changes you might need to be making to be able to move forward. But I do have 3 piles today, and I've got my tarot deck next to me as well that I'm going to pull live. So take a minute to pick your pile, everyone, and I'm going to go ahead with pile number 1. Hello, pile 1, this is your reading. Let's see what the void wishes to say to you. The dead end. I knew we were in for something today, everyone. Liberation and Jophiel in reverse. Zadkiel, the Angel of Mercy. And I brought through this Angelarium deck, which is connected to the Cabal, which, there is a lot of dark aspects connected to that. So I haven't used these decks for a real long time. And I've purposefully not done that. Wiccan Creed, the Ethos. I Ching and Change. There is... There is a lot happening, everyone. Especially with you, pile 1. I'm going to read from your oracle first and then read from the tarot, but I feel like you have hit that wall. I think you are completely in the void right now, pile 1. And you have been stopped. It's like this hand here, it's like you've been stopped by the universe because they knew that you needed to change. You knew that you needed to change. And with liberation being in reverse, you're being forced to liberate yourself. There is a fire that you are ignoring, pile 1. And with this massive dagger here, it's like you are hurting yourself by ignoring this fire that's living within you, because this fire is information coming straight from the divine. But you might feel chaotic. And this is something that I've experienced a lot in my life, and I didn't understand it. I genuinely thought like I was mad. But when I was in a space of, a space that I shouldn't be in anymore, I would feel like I was in chaos. I would feel really confused. I would feel really disorientated. I would feel really not safe. And it took me a long time to figure out this pattern. And this is something that has been brought to my attention recently as well, and I realized, this is what would happen all of those years, time and time again, that I would feel really sick or I'd feel really confused a lot. And something that I would say over and over again this lifetime was, I don't like to feel confused. And I realized if I felt confused about something, this means that there was an illusion happening around me. I've always been quite an intuitive soul, and I think everyone here is that too. So if you feel like you are confused, you are sitting in an illusion, or you are being point blankly lied to or gaslit, pile 1, is what I want to say. And you've been made to come to a dead end, what you feel like is a dead end, so that you can decide to change, so that you can decide to liberate yourself into whatever this flame is. There's something that you keep being drawn back to, pile 1, and this might be a specific place you need to move to. This might be a specific new ideology that you want to be connecting to. I'm hearing this as like almost like a different religion. It's like you want to change religion, you want to change your path, you want to change state. I'm hearing this might be something that is very much connected to the legal system for some of you. This might be contractually bound in for you. This might be something that is a soul contract. This might be something that you are regretting signing a contract of something, and For those that are connected to darker energies or feel like you've signed a contract with beings that you don't want to be connected to anymore, working with the void, working with the image that I'm going to post in the description from Starr will help you within that. Please do reach out to me if that feels safe for you. And if it's not with me, if you can't work with me for whatever reason, please do reach out to Starr and she will be able to help you with that. That's something else that I wanted to share. But with this Wiccan creed and ethos here, I'm going to read this actually because I can't remember what it says. Bide the Wiccan law ye must, imperfection love, imperfection trust. 8 words the Wiccan read fulfill. And ye harm none, do as thy will. And never mind the rule of 3, while the send out comes back to thee. Follow this with mind and heart, and merry men meet, the merry depart. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that is yeah, I'm pretty sure that's connected to Aleister Crowley's teachings as well. You will receive mercy, Pile 1 is what I want to say. You will receive mercy for perhaps some past actions, perhaps some something that you regret. There's a massive regret here, and I'm being told that you will have absolution in that. You are able to make a change. Pile 1 is what I want to say. So liberate yourself. 3 of coins. This might be connected to business, Pile 1. Yeah, the Ace of coins. This is connected to money and business. There's something that you're really regretting. And yeah, the way to release yourself, the way to face this void is to seek your truth, Pile 1. You are afraid to visit this flame. Yeah, the sun, that is absolutely wild. As I said, you're afraid to visit the flame. Then the sun comes out. Yeah, 3 of swords. There is something that you think is going to cause you so much pain, Pile 1, when actually this is your freedom. Bottom of the deck energy, the moon. Yeah, you're sitting in a massive illusion right now, Pile 1. And the void is wanting to tell you that this is your confirmation. With the 3 of swords here, with the I change, you can change, and you've been put into a dead end so that you can liberate yourself from these contracts of the past, from these these weights that are binding you. Wow, yeah, 10 of wands. There is something absolutely crippling you, Pile 1, and that's going to look very differently for each and every one of you, and completely my heart goes out to you, Pile 1. I can feel I feel like you are maybe dissociating right now. You might not even be able to be feeling any pain. I feel completely numb. I feel like my heart is completely closed off. I feel very awake. So you might be like really jacking up on caffeine and things like this at this time, Pile 1. And I'm being encouraged to tell you to stop, to tell you to please just allow yourself to be able to try and feel something that is real, that is tangible. If you're sitting in illusion, and I've completely been there when nothing is making sense, I just used to sit and just say, please show me the way, please show me the light, and see what came through for me. And something always happens, Pile 1. There is always a point of destruction. There is a point of the void where you are right now, where you are feeling this void, feeling this dissociation, this out of bodiness. You might feel really like your feet aren't touching the ground. So please try and listen to some grounding meditation, some grounding music, or getting out in nature and putting your bare feet on the ground, Pile 1, because I think that you're really, really struggling. And yeah, divine creation wants to come in and help you be able to face this light, and you can still connect to darkness, is what I want to say, Pile 1. And we have to connect to darkness. This is something that has been a real struggle and journey for me, and it's been things that I quite frankly can't put into words or explain. And I know that everyone goes through these cycles and these emotions in very different degrees, but I think that you're afraid to let go of darkness, Pile 1, and know that you will never be able to let go of darkness. It it lives within all of us. This is what Ganesh was trying to bring forward with that message, is that we are all chaos, we are all divine creators ourselves. So allow that to be your truth, Paiwan. The fact that you will always come back to some darkness if that's what you choose. And I think that I definitely rejected the light a lot of my life because I felt in such pain and in such darkness. And I know that this has been my soul's path. I was having to work through a lot of darkness before being able to touch the light. And yeah, I'm being brought to these two bowls here that look like spaceships. And some of you might know this about me, that I connect very much with the galactic realms. I connect very much with ETs out there, and they brought in an energy that I didn't know existed, and it felt really crippling for the energy to start coming into me. I was very much in the spiritual realm before that, and training to be a medium and all of those things, and that's a very light feeling, that's a very warm feeling, that's a very when you're connecting to divine spiritual beings anyway. And this energy came in from these galactic teams, and it was real cold, it was real sterile, and I didn't like it. It hurt my body for it to be able to come into me. And it wasn't until much later on in my journey that I realized it hurt so much because I was so dense, because I was sitting in so much darkness, and they were helping me crack all of that shell open around me, inside me, every inch of me. I've been completely transformed from the inside out. And we all still have our issues. I still have mine. There's things that I'm still working through on a daily basis, and I'm by no means am I saying that I am perfect or never have claimed to be. So if that's something that you think you felt from me, Paiwan, that is not my truth. And I'm out here crying, explaining all the times when I'm confused and when I'm scared, and when I quite frankly don't know what is going on, because I can't claim to know everything. All I can claim to know is the things that are happening to me personally, what I've personally experienced, and those are the only things that I bring forward, as things that I have seen, felt, experienced with my own two eyes, with my own energetic body, physical vessel. I never speak of things that I don't know anything about, Paiwan. So remember that is your truth too. You have touched things of this world that I think other people have never even faced, and that is okay. Allow that to be your truth. Even if you don't say it out loud to other people, allow yourself to know that you are on a path that is perhaps a path less traveled, and that's okay. And allow that to be your liberation. Yeah, that's what it is. Allow that to be your liberation. Liberate yourself in knowing that you know the truth, Paiwan. And forget the illusions around you. Forget the noise. Forget what anyone else is trying to tell you. You know what is happening. You know your truth. You know what changes you truly need to make to be looking at this fire and to liberate yourself. 2206 on there. So 22 and 6, those numbers, I can't. I quite frankly can't make this up, Paiwan. But that's all I'm getting for you, Paiwan. I think this has been enough. I think perhaps this has felt like an onslaught, and my apologies in that is not my intentions. That is not the intentions of your teams of light, your teams of darkness, I want to say. I'm very much sat in dark energy right now doing this entire reading, which I think was why I was hesitant to bring all of this forward, because I knew I was going to have to bring in entities and energies that I have been accustomed to with the darker forces. I work with the light with them. They're very much both here within me as I'm channeling this message for you, but this is the first time that I brought darker energy into a space, and into a space of healing for others to be engaging with. And I know this is going to split the crowd, but I am very confident in my capacities of holding light and dark, and where I find myself in my journey. So remember that you can find that balance within you as well, Paiwan. But that's all that I have for you today. I think take some time with this, Paiwan. I think you're going to need a bit of time to process, and make sure that you are working with your light, working with your solar plexus chakra, connecting to yellow, the color yellow. I was being brought to a cool place on yellow. Making sure that you are cleansing, making sure that you are getting out in nature and stepping away from people that confuse you is what I want to say, Paiwan, more predominantly than anything else. Step away from people that make you feel confused, because they are confusing you for a reason, because they are tapping into a space that is illusionary, and they're not speaking their truth, they're not telling you the truth. But thank you for being here and sticking it out, Paiwan. I know that would have been a struggle for you, so I appreciate it, as someone that is walking the path too, and very much, walking side by side with you in this as well, I want to say. But thank you, Pile 1. Hello, Pile 2. This is your reading. Let's see what the void wishes to say to you. The comic. And yeah, I don't like this card. The imagery on this card always makes me feel uncomfortable. Uriel and friendship. Glad we've got some light. Pile 1 was very, very, very heavy. Shatiel and Angel of Silence. Okay. Yesod and Root connection, and that's in reverse. Lord God masculine in reverse. And then we've got spells and alchemy upright. The void wishes to tell you that you need to admit who you are, Pile 2, to yourself. With this cat here and this imagery, I'm going to bring it forward because I feel like it's so alarming whenever I look at it, and yeah, I feel real uneasy. And it being, yeah, my mind is going to real dark spaces, connecting to, yeah, some pretty intense things. So you might have experienced a lot as a child. There might be a lot of childhood trauma that has caused you to wear a mask, Pile 2, is what I want to say. You might have felt very betrayed by a friend in the past or a family member. This might be connecting to, yeah, a lot of trauma. Connecting to those sacred spaces, and I'm really sorry that you've gone through things that are really that challenging, Pile 2. And I think the void is trying to tell you that it's time to alchemize all of that. It's okay to be stepping into a new layer of existence. It's okay to be, stepping away from your masculine energy. And I think friendship and connection is really going to help you move forward, Pile 2. And the void is saying that you need to connect back to your roots and lay a stronger foundations. So you might be in a space of feeling really out of place. You might be in a space of feeling really confused as to where you need to be and what you should be doing at this time. And the void is saying, come back to your roots of spell work. You have lived lifetimes as a witch, a warlock, I'm hearing, divinating in some way and being drawn to Vikings, that type of thing. And the void is saying, yeah, it's time to come back with the 9 of Cups, because allowing yourself to connect to these spaces is going to help you feel freedom. It's going to help you feel like you can move forward, Pile 2. Wow, yeah. 10 of Coins. And bring a lot of abundance to you. And I think you might have turned your back on alchemy, on spell work, on connecting with anything of that nature through, different belief systems or religions. Yeah, Page of Wands. But it's time to bring back the idea that you're on a quest, Pile 2, and let that be your truth. And it doesn't matter what anyone else is saying, I want to say. Wow, yeah. 5 of Coins. So yeah, feeling left out in the cold. If you are feeling left out in the cold at this time, Pile 2, you are supposed to be there. You're supposed to be sat in the silence. Wow. So that you can, 4 of Swords. You're supposed to be sat in the silence so that you can bring forward these aspects. We have like a bird here, so I'm not surprised if you're going to start seeing more animal familiars, having more connection to animal spirits and being drawn to wolf spirit. And I've actually been growling recently. I want to share, Pile 2. I've been growling. I've been feeling like there is something that is wanting to erupt from the bottom of my soul. And be unleashed, and I felt it throughout my body. I felt so chaotic. I felt really like I was coming to absolutely snapping point of my existence yet again. And it's to bring all of these new energies through that we're ready to receive. And yeah, the Two of Swords, look at these images. I'm absolutely blown away by all of this, but look at these two images side by side. That is absolutely wild, Pile 2. The sultry there, the power there, the timid nature there, the allowing for yourself to be all of those things at once. I want to say Pile 2. Allowing yourself to be adored, to be adorned, to be enjoyed physically in a space of sacred intimacy, but allowing yourself to soften, allowing that to be a space where you can heal those darker aspects. And this might be something that is incredibly triggering, but I'm hearing you can alchemize this energy. Allow yourself to believe that you can be healed. Yeah, you have to believe that you can heal, Pile 2. That's the void. That's the true void. You believe you can't get over what you've been through. And, divine creation's here to tell you that you can do anything. With the 2 coins and the eternity, infinity, eternity, it's like your soul is eternal, Pile 2. And I'm seeing this as, like someone's being bathed in metal. It's like nothing could stop you, Pile 2, which is why you've gone through what you've gone through this lifetime. And I'm always real careful to bring messages forward like that, because I know it's incredibly triggering. But it's time to walk away from that which was holding you back. And yeah, it's really interesting to me. Look where these wands are placed on the body, around the sacred organs. You have to come back to that, because that is part of everything. That is part of all divine creation, is the energies of sensuality, sexuality. You might be struggling with your sexuality and what that means to you, but I'm hearing to stop wearing a mask and explore that, Pile 2. It's okay to explore that, and it's okay to not fully know. You are divine exactly as you are, and whoever's telling you otherwise in whatever other doctrines, I just don't believe that is the truth. I don't believe that divine creator, made us all to just be living that nuclear family. I don't. And that's going to split the crowd here, I know, with some. 9 of Coins, and may contradict some things that people thought about me, my belief system. But I believe in a lot of things, but I see darkness and I call out darkness when I see it. That doesn't mean that I believe in some of the things that have been brought to light of late with regards to, the LGBTQIA community and what that means. I think there was a darker agenda attached to everything, and but I'm so supportive of those realms of whoever wants to be whatever they want to be. I'm out here telling people that I'm an alien, so there is no part of me that holds any judgment within any of those realms. And I don't know why I'm being called to share that, but there must be someone here that felt that about me, which is completely false. King of Coins. Yeah, you need to take back your power, Pile 2. And I say this with the most amount of love and compassion, and sharing that I've been in spaces where I felt like my power was taken from me too. And I think that, interestingly, I said Me Too as well, the Me Too movement. And I think a lot of women out there especially have felt like they've had their power taken away from them at some point or another in their lives. And, I can see why that feels as though you can't bring yourself back, Pile 2. But allow yourself to come back to your energy, to your focus, to your childlike essence. Bring your inner child in to help you heal within this, Pile 2. And if you feel safe and would like to work with me in those spaces, do let me know. Do reach out to me or to Starr in that as well. I'm going to add her information in the description below. She might have some light codes for you. Yeah, to bring your strength back, Pile 2. I'm so glad that this card has come out for you, because you are so powerful. This is why you've gone through so much pain and struggle and conflict in your life. And, you might not be someone that has suffered from, perhaps the things that I'm alluding to right now, but you've suffered in many other ways, in real crippling ways, in real, being brought to the body. So having, some form of ailments that feel crippling to you, Pile 2. But you have to break free and to realize that you can alchemize out of those energies, and you will. But it's going to take great strength for you to believe that. And with this root and connectedness being in reverse, you need to ground yourself here, Pile 2, with the energies of everything. I'm seeing like this as being water, as like sky, the universe, so all the elements. You need to ground yourself in everything and believing that you are everything. With the spectrum of light here, it's so important for you to believe that you are everything and at one with everything. I think you've lost a bit of yourself along the way in this pain. More of these, where do I want to put this? Okay. More of these yellow and orange and red here. So the lower chakras, the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the solar plexus chakras being highlighted for you to work on in healing, Pile 2. There are some meditations over on my other channel with the light renegades over there, but there are many other ways to receive that information as well. So clicking on YouTube and just typing that in. There's also an app called Insight Timer, which I tell everyone to get because it's amazing. It's free, and you can find any meditations on there as well. And I'll try and remember to put that in the description. But if I don't, please email me someone and let me know. Say it in the comments. But your justice is coming as soon as you decide to take your power back, Pile 2. And I know this is going to feel like I'm being mean. This is going to feel like I don't understand, or that it's almost like it's a disbelief. You're going to feel like I'm disrespecting you by saying what I'm saying, Pile 2, and I promise you I'm not. I'm just sharing with you what your teams of light and darkness wish to say to you, is that the only way to bring yourself back into your full strength is to come back to you, to your power, and to your place of you knowing that you deserve to break free from what you chose for yourself, Pile 2. And I know that this is so incredibly triggering, and something I couldn't get my head around is that everything that I've gone through in my life that has been pain, I chose to go through it so that I knew that I could alchemize that energy and I could break free from it, and I could be a stronger soul. And that is where you are right now, in the void, Pile 2. You're being told to be stronger. You're being triggered to be stronger, so that you can have the life that you've been wanting, so that you can break through. I'm hearing from the binds of, the masculine being in reverse, the binds of your father, I'm hearing. So whoever that resonates with, and, the Eight of Cups being here, you're on your way, Pile 2. And you're going to move real quickly. With the Eight of Wands being here, you're going to move real quickly as soon as you start tapping into the alchemy that lives within you. Bottom of the deck energy, Page of Cups. But there is something that lives within you, Pile 2. And, we can choose to listen to the light aspects of ourselves, or we can choose to listen to the dark aspects and the pain, and allow yourself to feel your pain, allow yourself to know that what you've been through has been horrendous, Pile 2. No small feat. I am not out here telling you that this is easy. I'm not trying to say that what you've gone through hasn't completely perhaps ruined your life to some degree, Pile 2, but you have to take that power and know that you chose to be broken down in such a way that so that you could receive all of that pain back in just as much light as well, Pile 2. And that's what the void is trying to tell you. It's time to alchemize this energy and turn all of that pain into your happiness, into your joy, into your time of freedom, of friendship, of love, of community, of finding more like-minded souls, those that are seeking out souls that align with your belief system more. How can you if you're sat in the dark? How can you draw those people to you that are of your light, of your spectrum of color, of your divine alchemy, if you don't show them that you have this within you? Pile 2. You have to start showing your light and believing that you deserve to have a life that's full of pleasure. And, I think tapping into divine pleasure, whoever that relates to, stop hiding that part of you. It's like, it's okay to flirt. It's okay to be a sexual being. There's a reason why, we have our sexual organs, why we have been made to procreate. It's because it is divine. So remember that, pile 2. Remember that with this it's like with union here, divine union is possible. And this might be just the masculine and feminine aspects aligning with you, so you feel more balanced within your sexuality, within who you want to be this lifetime, pile 2. Or this might be connecting to wanting to find your life partner, your soul partner, and knowing that you can and you will, as soon as you decide that that's what you want, as soon as you decide that that's what you're going to go for and nothing less, pile 2. And we go through cycles, we go through stages, we go through changes, we go through spaces where we don't know what we want. And if you're in that space, that's okay, but explore it to its fullest then, pile 2. I think you're trying to be something that you're not right now, and just settle into where you are and allow that to be your truth, and know that you are moving forward. You are constantly moving forward, even if you feel stuck, even if you feel like you are on, your knees. You are alchemizing. When we cry, we alchemize energy, is what I want to say. And I cry a lot, people too. I cry a lot. I'm on my knees a lot. I am, asking for help and guidance a lot. And, in some spaces I feel very much in control of my energy, and others I'm absolutely brought to my knees. And that is my truth. And I try and bring that forward in a space of authenticity as much as I can, so that people can see, no one is perfect. Absolutely no one. And I'm never out here trying to claim to be perfect by any stretch. But I know my flaws. I know what the parts of me I need to work on. I know the lightest parts of me, and I'm trying to accept those parts of me deeper and deeper each and every day, because it's difficult. And I've been there, I want to say pile 1, so you might have come straight from pile 1 into pile 2, but I was living in such darkness. I was living in such internal turmoil. There was a lot of pain within me, and I always had a smile on my face, but I think my eyes would always be the giveaway. And I think there's going to be a lot of people watching this that know me, that have known me for a real long time, and that to be my truth. You've seen that in me, and you now see in my eyes that sadness is gone. So I might still struggle, and this might be actually calling out some of you that hear me saying I'm struggling, and being like, oh, you're living this life now, so you can't be that healthy and happy. But look at my eyes. What are my eyes telling you? It's an illusion to think that anyone is perfect. It's an illusion to think that you will live a life without suffering. It's just not true. So that's something that you're being pulled into by your darker aspects, is wanting to not see the light within me, within others around you, because you feel somewhere that you don't deserve to be happy, pile 2. And that's what the void is trying to tell you. And I'm sorry this has gotten so personal. I don't know who this message is exactly for, but I'm so here for you. I'm such a cheerleader of everyone that watches, my channels, my channelings, even those that, tear me down some places that I know about, and that's okay. You're working through your ish, as am I. And, I'm glad that you're still here. I'm glad that you're still showing up, and I'm never out here trying to call anyone out to belittle them or to embarrass them, or, for my own personal gain. You are here because you need to hear these messages, and these messages don't come personally from me. There might be some aspects of them that feel personal to you. You might be connected to me in some way, but I don't know everything that's going to come through. I don't plan to say the things that I say. It's coming from your teams, my teams are divine, and we're all connected somewhere at a soul's level. So remember that too, pile 1. But there's so much love from me to you, and I hold everyone in my heart as much as I can. And even when I'm in conflict with people, I think that we're friends somewhere. We decided this somewhere. We decided to embark on a journey of being in conflict with each other somewhere, and I do believe that to be my truth. And I try and send out love to everyone, even in the spaces where it felt like I shouldn't be and it wasn't called for, because I know that that's the best way to alchemize anything. So give yourself love, pile 2. give yourself the grace to know that you can alchemize all energies around you, and allow yourself to just be who you are, to be messy, to be not sure where you're heading, to be confused about what you want and your sexuality, all of those things, Pile 2, because that's what makes you you, and you're growing, and that's okay. Pile 2, I think that's the main message. You're growing, and that's okay. Don't try and be further ahead than you actually are, but know that you hold the keys to your freedom, and you know how to alchemize your energy, working with herbs, working with spells, good of all, harm to none. Making sure that we are connecting to divine light, even if we are connecting to spaces of darkness. I know some of you out there worship different things, but making sure that we are always aligning with the light of this world, and you can't go wrong, Pile 2. But thank you for showing up, thank you for sticking it out, because I know it's probably been quite triggering for you to be here, and I appreciate you. Hello, Pile 3, this is your reading. Let's see what the void wants to say to you. I'm being drawn to the number 44 on the clock there. The heart, Pile 3. Interesting. Miracles and Archangel Metatron. I'm so glad that you're here, Metatron. Rimmel and Angel of Visions. Such a stunning card. Yeah, Scrying Mirror and Shadow. Runes and Perception. I'm going to place that here. You're being guided to look at your heart at this time, Pile 3, and you know this already. I think you were hoping that this wasn't going to show up in this reading, because I think you thought that you had a lot more shadow to be working through, but actually we're being drawn to the heart. We're being drawn to the fact that you can see, Pile 3. You see through illusion. You see the shadow in others, and it's the way that you are perceiving yourself at this time why you are struggling. You are a divine being. You hold a lot of sacred information, and you are supposed to be birthing a new world. So you might not see a lot of spaces around you that align with where you are, Pile 3, and that's okay. Allow that and know that to be your truth. I think that you're struggling because you keep trying to fit in spaces where you're not supposed to fit anymore. You're not supposed to be blending in anymore, Pile 3, and I think you've been pushed to breaking point. I think you feel real triggered at this time. I think you feel really at your limit of being able to go on, and there is a reason for that, Pile 3. You're in this void right now, in this space right now, so that you can, one, heal, go within, allow yourself to heal your heart. There is something in your heart that needs to be healed, Pile 3. It's coming through so strongly. You need to heal your heart. Getting out into the water. I brought through this message as well. Taking a trip down memory lane in a boat is something that I specifically said in my last reading, I think, or the reading before that, and I mentioned Garnet as well. So that's a confirmation for someone, or there's something to do with a boat, or sailing, something like that. I'm not entirely sure what that message is, because I think it's going to mean a lot of different things for many of you, but you're being brought to the point of your own creation, Pile 3. Wow, yeah, the Two of Swords. You are creating yourself from the inside out. It's like you've been turned inside out. That's what I'm feeling. You've been turned inside out. You are alchemizing a new essence of you that is coming from your shadow. And I think this is something that's been terrifying for you, Pile 3. I think you've been having to delve real deep of late. And you felt really left out. You felt so left out in the cold. And I'm so sorry that you've been there, Pile 3. But you've been in a lot of mental pain, a lot of mental prisons, and you've been trying to break your way out, and I'm hearing you're doing that now. The Five of Cups. You are being drawn to Doctor Strange there, the movies of Doctor Strange. There's something in there for you, Pile 3. Some light codes, some energies to be brought through for you. The King of Cups. Yeah, there's a lot of, I think a lot of divine masculines are in this pile, which isn't a message I get often. Yeah, Five of Swords. There's a lot of strong energy. There's a lot of strong mental energy. There's a lot of strong, it's like warlock and magician energy. And, if you're a divine feminine watching this, it's completely aligned for you too. But your power is in, I want to say your power is in your masculine energy, pile 3. And allowing yourself to alchemize that strong masculine energy into the feminine now. Yeah, the Chariot, and that's going to help you move forward. You need to start pulling in your divine feminine energy. I think something you've been missing, pile 3, is that you have to be in your masculine energy a lot to fight your demons. And this is calling out shadow work. This is calling out soul retriever. This is calling out when we go through things of pain, I think our masculine energy comes in to block us, those that are real sensitive. And this is only something that I'm being allowed to understand and alchemize right in this given moment. There's a lot of things in my life and how I deal with how I emote things and how I deal with my emotions as well. So the masculine energy comes through to protect you, to be strong. But now you have to sink into this Empress energy, and this card's going to be significant for someone. The imagery of this card, I'm seeing like an aura around her, a rainbow aura or a halo. Being drawn to the Boston Minor song, Halo. And it says, I can see your halo fall. So some of you, you might have been going through something that, you felt betrayed, or you felt like you betrayed yourself somewhere, pile 3. And allow yourself to sink into your feminine energies to receive now, to receive from the divine, to receive from those spaces that you perhaps can't see. You have to soften to receive. Pile 3, the Hanged Man. There is something you've been asking for, and the only way you're going to receive it is if you soften and allow yourself to surrender like you've never surrendered before. And I think this is going to absolutely surprise some of you, or have you in utter disbelief, because I think you felt like you've surrendered to nothing. I think you felt like you visited the void and you've been living there for years, months, weeks, days, pile 3. And you are in like a liminal space that not a lot of people reach in lifetimes, and you are breaking free from such constraints at this time, such constraints that are energetically imposed on this world and the universes. Note that I said universes here, pile 3. You're very expansive. There is it's like you're here, you're living here, and this is a space where we don't see this. We don't see divine beings walking around like this, but you're living here right now, and no one else is living there by your side at this time, pile 3. Or you might have to be on this path right now alone. You might have people that can connect in these realms with you, but you might be having to do this deep work alone right now, pile 3. And there's a method to that. There's a method to your suffering. And I want to absolutely burst into tears. And I want to give you a massive hug, pile 3. Like, I really do. I want to kiss your feet is what I want to say. And that's just in honor of how divine you are. I feel the soul in me wants to bow down and kiss your feet. Like, that is something that I'm physically experiencing. And this reading's got real personal for me. Actually, there's a lot of things that I didn't think that I would be sharing. There's a lot of personal things that I'm sharing and I'm being called to in this reading. So know that I'm not saying anything out of jest, I'm not joking, is what I want to say, pile 3. When I say things, I don't joke about these things. I don't say things lightly. And, I feel the divinity in you. The light in me sees the light in you. And that is me worshipping you for all that you are, all that you've done this lifetime, for creating this new world. And, I see these worlds. I live in these worlds with you. You know me, pile 3, is what I want to say. A lot of you know me at a soul's level. Wow, the Hermit. You're being called to keep going on your quest, pile 3. And to know that you are in the light and the dark at all times. Even when you are in the dark, you are in the light. And You will always step back into the point of creation of light. Wow, the sun comes out. Yeah. You will always step into the light again, pile 3. No matter how dark it feels, no matter how confused you feel, no matter how treacherous your path right now, you will always come back into the light. Yeah. Allow yourself to break free from the past restraints. Allow yourself to believe that miracles are real. And shift your perception right now, pile 3. Have this be, your heart be a space of allowing you to tap into all that you wish for in your heart. Even if you can't connect to your heart right now, sink your energy into your heart space. Imagine all energy from all around your body coming into your heart, and that's going to help you unlock what you wish for. And when I said taking a trip down memory lane, it's almost like this is your oasis that you're thinking of. This is your haven. This is your heaven. Is what you've been trying to create here. Yeah, heaven on earth. It's like you've been trying to create heaven on earth. And remember this, pile 3. Remember this, when times are so tough, you are creating heaven on earth. And you know, that's no small feat. And not everyone is doing this in the way that you're doing it, or as fast as you are doing it, or as boldly as you are doing it. Yeah, and you'll receive justice. If you've been receiving a lot of shadow from others, a lot of misperceptions about you, a lot of confusion about you, you're going to receive your justice in that. So let your heart know that truth, that you are the sun, that you are the empress, and that you create miracles for other people, pile 3. You 100% create miracles for other people, which is why I wanted to kiss your feet. You create a lot for so many people in your life, and you're not giving yourself that credit, that justice, your own justice. Be your own justice right now, pile 3. Create your own world, because you're capable of that. And I think this is something that you've got lost in along the way, because you've been in a lot of pain, pile 3. I can feel how much pain you've been in, and the divine's coming in to remind you that you can create whatever you want to create. So do it now, not later. Do it now, because it's time. No more time. Yeah, judgment is here for you. Judgment is on your side. Archangel Metatron is here. If you want to call someone in to help you create a new world, Metatron is the angel to call in for you, pile 3. So connecting with Metatron is going to help you create this new world. I keep just hearing it's time. I honestly cannot believe the card that has just come out, and I'm done. I'm done. It's the Starr. You are so ready, pile 3. You are ready. And, you know, this woman's pole dancing. It's like, you are beyond ready. You were born for this. You were created for this. And you feel this in your heart. You feel this. No, you feel this in your body. You can't feel it in your heart yet, pile 3. It's almost like you're still growing into that space. But in your body, you feel your power. You bathe in your own energy, and that's what you should be doing, because you are so powerful, pile 3. I wish that I could bottle what I'm feeling and give it to you, so that you could drink your own energy and understand instantaneously what I'm feeling about your energy. You know, I bow down to your feet for a reason, pile 3. I bow down to your feet for a reason, because you are so powerful. The 6 of Swords, and we have 2 people on a boat. I honestly do not know what to say at this point, pile 3. We have 2 people on a boat here and here. And I'm being drawn to a series that I watched on Netflix. And I think it was called, oh gosh, what was it called? It was called Midnight Mass, I think. Something like that. It was about, actually I'm not going to say what it's about, but it's not, I'm mixing 2 things up. I think it's Midnight Mass or something like that, but it's not the animation. I can't remember what that is called. It's not the animation. It's called, it's something else. I don't want to spoil what it's about, but I'm being told to remind you of that, and I think to watch that series. I think there's some information in there for you, pile 3, or if you've already watched this, to rewatch it, and I'll make sure to look it up and put it in the description so you know what it's called. But yeah, it's not for the faint-hearted. It's a little bit gory, but there's a lot of messages in there, and I received a lot of divine information from that as well, which is a space that I didn't think I'd find myself in. But there's something in that for you, pile 3. There's something in you knowing you're eternal, knowing that love is eternal, and knowing that you can, you will become the star, is what I want to say. You will become the sun, you will become the star. That's the justice, that's the judgment that is being washed down upon your life right now, pile 3. Things are being alchemized in your favor. I feel like you don't have to do that much right now, pile 3. If you are completely on your knees, take a break. You have to take a break right now. Because I'm hearing it, in the future, you won't be able to experience life the way you're experiencing it now. And it's going to surprise you. It's going to surprise you so much, and you will almost be glad for this last bit on your knees. Because you'll never feel it again, pile 3. Yeah, you'll never feel it again. You've done something, pile 3, that's phenomenal. And that's going to look very differently for a lot of you. But you've alchemized energy that was real heavy, real dark, and you've done it. And you're going to move into calmer waters. There's 1:13 on the clock there. Your life is going to change exponentially, pile 3. It's written in the stars for you. Allow that to be your truth so you can just step into it. That's all you have to do. Step in. Allow others in. Allow divine creation in. Allow Metatron in to help you. Pile 3. Yeah, so much sacred geometry here now. I'm looking down with all the symbols. The platonic solids are really important to you. And yeah, having a cloak of invisibility. I think people haven't been allowed to see your light, pile 3, just yet. And you've been working through a lot of others' shadows with them. But they are now seeing your light. This is your confirmation. Those that were seeing you as dark, as shadow, they are now seeing your light. They are now seeing you as the star, as the justice, as the sun, as the way forward, as the path, as the empress. Their perception has changed. Because you brought forward wealth, you brought forward abundance, you brought forward love, and you stood your ground, pile 3, is what I want to say. Yeah, you really stood your ground, and yeah, I'm being drawn back to Doctor Strange and how he alchemizes energy, G's himself, and he's very much an outcast, and a lot of people don't understand him or what he's saying a lot of the time, and he's very, very, very intelligent, and I think that this is completely you, pile 3. This is you, but your void is actually the light. Your void is a point of creation, and you're in that point of divine creation now. You're creating a future that was already your destiny, is what I want to say. Destiny might be important to you. That might be a confirmation. You are creating a life that is already your destiny, pile 3. That was definitely a drop the mic moment. The Tower. Well, yeah, I'm going to end on this card, the Tower, because the Tower is that you're going to receive such love and such light, and you haven't been expecting it, pile 3. But you are everything. You are the point of destruction and creation, and people are starting to, well, they're not starting to, they now see that. They now see that you tore down their house so that they could reach more light, reach more sunshine, reach more energies of light for their own lives and their own judgment. And yeah, I could keep talking about you forever, pile 3. In fact, people are going to be speaking about you forever, pile 3. That's how powerful you are. That's how much you've alchemized for this world. You're going to go down in history for the work that you've done, for being you. So congratulations, pile 3. And thank you for being here. Thank you for existing. I'm completely in awe of your energy, of what you've done, what you've created, what you will continue to create. And, keep moving, I want to say. Just keep paddling the ocean, because you are the ocean, pile 3. But that's all that I've got for today for you, pile 3. Please do take care, and yeah, know that you hold the codes, you hold the keys, you hold the light, you hold everything within you, within your mind's eye, working with your third eye in your heart at this time, and bringing that to your solar plexus and your sacral for alchemizing pile 3. You're doing something that is phenomenal, whatever this is, having a family, creating this business, bringing more light through your physical vessel, creating space of healing for others, being more part of nature, being part of Mother Nature herself, creating a community, going to live out in the woods by yourself. That is phenomenal. Something, everything, dancing, performance arts in some way, being an artist. It's like you're something else, pile 3. I can't put it into words. That's how amazing you are. And yeah, your invisibility cloak is coming off, I want to say. And I think that's from Harry Potter. You might want to watch Harry Potter again, pile 3. I want to say, rewatch Harry Potter. It's going to make you feel real happy. But that's all from me today, pile 3. Take care, and yeah, I kiss your feet and bow at you. I really do. Much love from me to you.